Hey, bro, people often talk about insecurities like they're this personal thing, something that's just wrong with them. But the truth is, insecurities are a universal part of being human. Nearly everyone, at some point in their lives, grapples with something, whether it's their height, their weight, their nose shape, or even how they come across in conversations. These insecurities can feel overwhelming sometimes, making us question our worth or place in the world. But what if I told you that understanding where these insecurities come from could help you start to dismantle them? Let's dive into the psychology of insecurities and explore why we feel this way, and more importantly, how we can move forward. First off, let me ask you straight up. Do you ever feel insecure about anything? Nah, man, I don't think so. Okay, well, good for you. But let's say hypothetically, someone did feel that way. What would you say to them? You know what? I think you're lying. We all have insecurities, whether we admit it or not. And that's because insecurity isn't just some random glitch in our brains. It's actually a deeply ingrained psychological process. See, when we talk about insecurities, we're really talking about the gap between who we are and who we think we should be. This gap exists because, as humans, we naturally compare ourselves to others and to societal ideals. Imagine this. You wake up one day, look in the mirror, and instead of seeing yourself, you see an image of what you believe you're supposed to look like. Maybe it's taller, leaner, with perfect skin, or whatever standard your brain has absorbed over time. Now here's the kicker. Those standards aren't even real. They're constructs built by culture, media, and social environments. Yet we internalize them as if they're absolute truths. Take height, for example. In many Western cultures, taller men are often stereotyped as more attractive or authoritative, leading shorter men to feel inadequate or overlooked. But guess what? In other parts of the world, height might not carry the same weight, or may even be seen differently depending on gender roles and cultural norms. So already we see how arbitrary these ideals can be. But knowing that doesn't immediately solve the problem, because once we perceive a discrepancy between our actual selves and these imagined ideals, it can trigger a cascade of negative emotions: shame, anxiety, self-doubt, and even depression. These feelings aren't superficial either. They can shape everything from the clothes we choose to wear to the relationships we pursue and the careers we aim for. Think about it. If you're constantly worried that you're too short, or your nose is too big, or your eyes aren't shaped right, you might avoid situations where those traits could be noticed or judged. Dating, job interviews, public speaking, anything that puts you under scrutiny becomes a potential minefield. And the crazy part is, you're not alone in feeling this way. Millions of people wrestle with similar thoughts every single day. Childhood plays a massive role in planting the seeds of insecurity. Remember those kids at school who teased you for having buck teeth or being clumsy? Those moments stick with you long after the laughter fades, because they reinforce the idea that there's something wrong with you. Parents can unintentionally contribute too. Maybe they made a passing comment about wishing you had blue eyes or lamented your curly hair without realizing how much weight those words carried. Even seemingly harmless remarks like, "Oh, you'd be so handsome if only you were a little taller," can echo in your mind for decades, forming a narrative that tells you you're not quite enough. The media amplifies this message, bombarding us with images of airbrushed models and chiseled actors selling us the dream of perfection. Social media takes it a step further, curating highlight reels that make everyone else's life seem flawless, while ours feels messy and imperfect. Scroll through Instagram and you'll find endless posts of people living their best lives, traveling, eating gourmet meals, posing in designer outfits. It's easy to fall into the trap of comparing your behind-the-scenes footage to someone else's polished highlight reel. But here's the thing, none of us are immune to these influences. Even celebrities deal with insecurities despite appearing flawless on screen. Many struggle privately with body image issues, confidence problems, and fear of judgment. The difference is they've learned to manage those feelings, or at least hide them better than most. So if insecurity is such a common experience, why does it hit some people harder than others? Well, it comes down to personality, temperament, and resilience. Some individuals are naturally more sensitive or prone to introspection, which means they're more likely to dwell on perceived flaws. Others might have stronger coping mechanisms developed through supportive family environments or positive peer interactions. Regardless of where you fall on that spectrum, addressing insecurities requires deliberate effort and self-awareness. One effective strategy is cognitive restructuring, essentially retraining your brain to challenge distorted thoughts. Let's say you catch yourself thinking, "Nobody will ever love me because I'm too short." Pause for a moment and ask, is that really true? Have you met someone who loves you despite your height? Probably yes. And even if you haven't, does that mean no one ever will? Absolutely not. Breaking down these irrational beliefs piece by piece helps loosen their grip over time. Mindfulness practices also play a crucial role in managing insecurities by teaching you to observe your thoughts without judgment. When you notice yourself spiraling into self-criticism, try stepping back and saying, "Okay, I'm noticing that I feel insecure about my appearance right now." Instead of letting that thought consume you, simply acknowledge it, then let it pass, like clouds drifting across the sky. Another powerful tool is self-compassion, treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding you'd offer a close friend. Imagine your best buddy came to you feeling down about their weight or acne. Would you tell them they're worthless? Of course not. You'd remind them of their strengths, encourage them to focus on what makes them unique, and reassure them that everyone has imperfections, including you. Applying that same compassion inward creates space for healing and growth. Reframing your narrative around specific traits can also work wonders. Suppose you've always hated your freckles, viewing them as a flaw. What if, instead, you considered them a distinctive feature that adds character to your face or reminds you of summers spent outdoors? Suddenly, that trait shifts from something to hide to something to embrace. Creativity and play offer additional outlets for processing insecurities. Engaging in activities like painting, writing, or dancing allows you to express emotions tied to your insecurities in ways that feel safe and enjoyable. Playing games, trying new hobbies, or participating in group activities helps distract from self-consciousness and reminds you that joy isn't contingent on meeting external standards. Communities, both online and offline, provide invaluable support. Connecting with others who share similar struggles validates your experiences and reinforces the message that you're not alone. Whether it's joining a fitness class, attending therapy sessions, or participating in forums dedicated to body positivity, finding spaces where diversity is celebrated rather than criticized fosters a healthier mindset surrounding identity and self-worth. Ultimately, overcoming insecurities isn't about erasing them entirely. It's about learning to coexist with them, recognizing that everyone has quirks and imperfections, and choosing to value yourself beyond physical attributes or societal expectations. This involves continuous practice, patience, and self-reflection. Setbacks will happen, and that's okay. Progress looks different for everyone, but each small victory contributes to a larger transformation. Gratitude and awe serve as antidotes to the narrow focus insecurity imposes. Expanding your perspective to appreciate life's bigger picture reduces the intensity of self-criticism. Reflecting on achievements, fostering connections, and celebrating individuality cultivates resilience against future bouts of doubt. Embracing vulnerability strengthens bonds with others. Sharing your insecurities invites authenticity and mutual understanding, paving the way for deeper, meaningful relationships. Finally, remember that seeking professional help is a sign of strength, not weakness. Therapists trained in cognitive behavioral techniques, dialectical behavior therapy, or other modalities can guide you through unpacking deep-seated beliefs and developing healthier habits tailored to your needs. Group therapy offers shared insights and solidarity, reinforcing the notion that you're far from alone in navigating these challenges. Confronting insecurities transforms not only how you view yourself, but also how you interact with the world, fostering empathy, kindness, and inclusivity. The journey towards self-acceptance touches every aspect of emotional and social existence, compelling us to examine ourselves and society with greater honesty and courage. Though daunting at times, the rewards of embarking on this path extend far beyond mere confidence, unlocking untapped potential, creativity, and connection along the way.